Welcome to Out of the Abyss. Last week, you all made your way to a new and strange ally, Vizerin not Defoe, but maybe it should be Defoe. You know what? Vizerin Defoe. And canonically, moving forward, he looks exactly like Willem Dafoe. Except he's purple. Now I'm gonna have to practice.
Is that the Green Goblin?
Yes. Now I'm gonna have to practice my Willem Dafoe talk. Okay. Vizerin Defoe has invited you to his private sanctum, where he has explained to you the plan to end the demon incursion. It involves collecting reagents to create a talisman with a very special ritual. This talisman will draw all of the demon lords to it, where presumably they'll duke it out and kill each other, and you guys can pick off the last one standing. Super simple plan. What could go wrong? After hearing about all the different reagents and where they might be, you did decide that you would take care of the closest one geographically to you, which is the central eyeball of a beholder, which is in a place known as the Vast Oblivion. VIP. Thank you, Dogmeat.
Hi, Skexaralit Senpei.
This Vast Oblivion happens to be within the Worm Writhings, a region within the Underdark that is completely honeycombed with purple worm pathways. And nearby is a purple worm nursery where another item on your list, purple worm egg, is needed for this ritual. So you may as well kill two birds with one stone. The Worm Writhings, within the Worm Writhings are right next door to your to the tower that you are all occupying. However, the nursery itself, according to the maps that Vizerin has shared with you, are about 6 days travel. Cora, you being intrepid ranger of the Underdark, one who knows how to find your way through the strangest of territories, understand that food can be very, very scarce and hard to scavenge for within this type of territory, and think it might be wise to perhaps either bring some rations or depend on JTC to just make you, Kothar to just make you food the whole time.
Look at Jamesh, look at me. I'm the bod now.
What do you mean? I can make stuff out of anything. Dirt, rocks.
I can make stuff out of nothing.
Yeah, but it's bland. There's no soul in it. Food takes soul. It's an art form. There is no art about just waving your hand as he does that. Like a little cupcake appears in his hand. And then it's there. Oh, I guess it's there. He's got frosting on his mouth.
You know what they say, beggars can't be choosers, and I wave my hands around and I make a gray blob.
Oh no. Oh, that's right, because the food is
bland. It's bland and lifeless. It's just a gray blob.
Shiny is going to slither up to you, in Monsters Inc., the purple scary monster. Yeah, she moves like that, like skitter skitter, and she comes up, she looks at it, she sniffs it and goes, bleh! And then she's gonna poof some fire and crisp it.
Okay, do you want to know who Cora is in Monsters Inc.?
Who?
She's Boo, wearing the little purple worm costume.
Oh my god.
And Lucius is the big guy, Sully.
Yes, Sully. When you're being mean to me, that's who you're being mean to.
I think that Jamich is Wiskowski.
Wiskowski.
Wazowski. I'm always watching.
always watching, Wazowski.
If only I had seen that movie, I might be able to contribute.
It's okay. I don't think there's any other character parallels I know how to draw here.
Lucius?
Yes, Cora.
Want to come forage?
Yes. I could use some fresh air.
Okay, we go.
Are you going to forage around the little area?
I think so.
You figure that you could, if you could find some like mushrooms in the area or even like catch an animal, you can maybe prepare some like jerky that would like last longer than the 6 days it takes to travel. But you also have to consider 6 days there and then maybe a couple days to the vast oblivion. It's going to be a camping trip.
Cora has, with a natural explorer background, she gets twice as much rations when foraging.
Okay. It is super easy for you to find all the things. What kinds of foods do you think you would get? Just mushrooms, maybe some centipedes?
Yeah, mushrooms. I feel like I'm picturing, do you know in Baldur's Gate when you make it to the Underdark and there's that like wizard's tower?
Yeah.
That's like outside of there is kind of where I'm picturing.
Oh yeah, that wizard's tower is, except this tower is built into a stalagmite, but you could totally imagine like little pieces chunked out like that look very towery.
Yeah, maybe some crawlies under the ground, like digging a little bit to see. But yeah, she's maybe some weak prey you could track.
I think you could probably find some medium-sized spiders. You could have some spider legs.
I need to interject and say everything is weak prey compared to Cora.
That's true. That is true. What other?
Strong.
Yeah. Lizards.
Yeah. Like rock lizards or something.
I don't know if you'd want to eat sturges. Those are like those blood-sucking bat things.
Oh, okay. What
Well,
about
Cora
just,
is-
Can't be choosers.
those like worm things underground? Not like the big ones, but like we've encountered them, I think, before.
Oh, like the piercers?
Maybe.
So piercers they're interesting because they hang from the ceiling. They bite onto the ceiling, and then they look like a stalactite until an unsuspecting person comes beneath. They drop down, bonk. And I just think it would be really funny if you were like, I don't know, do you have the ability to create illusions?
I don't think I do.
I don't think Lucius does either. He can disguise himself.
You disguise yourself as another person, and then just suddenly, just these giant piercers are landing on your head.
Lucius will bring Lumi along. Lumi will be summoned.
Lumi is Shiny's gonna follow Lumi. Shiny's been more and more interested in Big Brother Lumi. And I feel like Shiny's really good at sniffing out grubs.
Do you want us to roll?
Honestly, this place is quite verdant enough that, and because we are not in a time crunch, as in you can spend as much time as you want out here, you would easily be able to find what you think is enough to bring back to start like dehydrating. You think with some magic you could definitely have this prepared by the next morning. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before you head to the worm writhings?
The only thing I have to ask is Jaslyn constantly going to not be able to use Sheila? Because if so, I need to change her magical item.
Change your magical item, because Sheila was unable to accompany you here.
Okay. Because it just seems to be happening a lot, so I'll change that.
Yeah.
now.
You can maybe use that astral shard I gave you.
Yep, I'm trying to remember how to unattune something.
You should be able to right click on it.
Oh, unattune. Yep.
All right, as you, I'll do that. Anything from Kurtzu or Nakul or Kothar? All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Clarification question. So, in order to get to the Beholder, we need to travel through the Purple Worm place?
Mm-hmm.
So, the Beholder is inside the Purple Worm place.
I'm going to show you how big the Purple Worm place is compared to... It's on the map. It's like a region. Let me find the Underdark map. Okay. Look, I just... Fuck me. Okay. Okay. Do you see this blue? That is the Dark Lake. There's Gracklestug and there's Velkenvelv, like Blingden Stone is up here, Sloob de Lapis here. So that's the Dark Lake. This whole campaign has been right around that area. This whole thing is the Worm Writhings.
That's big.
It is
It's the same size.
Oh, and this is Aramikos.
That's even bigger.
This is the labyrinth.
That's what she said.
This is the labyrinth. This is where Vizerin said some of the stuff is. And then Menzo Berenzan is like right over here. It's all over the place.
In that case, I'm going to go find Vizerin. Knock on his door.
Come on in, son. Wait, no. I need to figure out my Defoe voice before I do that. Okay, come on in, son.
Are you feeling all right? I'm sure your accent has changed since yesterday. Anyway, so, as much as I like to say that I have everything covered, going into a massive place filled with purple worms seems to be almost a little more than I alone can handle. Might you have any potions or scrolls or items for purchase or that we could borrow to help defend against poison?
Ah, very wise. Yes, I can take you to my personal stores. I do have some antidotes handy.
Yes, I think we'll need them.
Certainly. How many do you think you'll need?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of us. One for each of us, so 6.
He strides over to a cabinet. There's all kinds of like odds and ends, jars filled with floating things. And he'll kind of like reach back, way in the back. It's like a little dusty. He kind of like counts. I'm going to actually... Oh, I don't have my dice on me. Okay, I'm just going to roll in the game. See how many he finds. Oh, wow. That's a good roll. Okay. He actually pulls out... Oh, wait. There's more. Oh, wait. And he procures 10 little vials. They're about a shot. And he will put them neatly in a little silk pouch that has like a little spiderweb motif on it and hand it over to you.
And a little brown shopping bag.
Yeah. Cha-ching! He's like, I'll have to remember to brew up some new ones when I get the chance.
Thank you.
Indeed. Anything else?
Actually, yes. What can you tell me about purple worms? Purple worms. I don't know much.
Well, they'll probably swallow you whole if they get the chance, and once you're inside, it's very hard to break out. They tend to have very acidic stomachs.
Wonderful.
They're about 10 feet round and about 50 feet long.
All right. This is going to be fun.
Don't worry. They're animals. They are not very intelligent. They usually just burrow on through. Just try not to get in their way.
So I can imagine they're not going to appreciate us stepping on their domain.
No more than a den of lions. A den of stupid lions.
Well, hopefully we don't poke this den of stupid lions.
Oh, you'll be poking them.
just
You'll be
in case-
stealing their eggs.
Not at first. I think we have a certain meeting with a one-eyed purple people eater. first.
Oh, I think you'll definitely be reaching the nursery before you reach the purple people eater.
Well, clink, 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 clink. Good thing I have these.
All right. Well, I'm going back to my studies. Cleve can show you out when you're all ready. And you look over, and the hulking Slad is with these just bumpy, slimy, dark skin and like burning orange eyes that have like the sideways slits. Are just like, he just looks over and he goes,
Nicole's gonna actually poke his head in as he hears whatever's going on, and he's going to just ask, could I trust you to procure something for me while we're gone? I assume you don't have it here.
what is it?
Could you perhaps find us a periaptive proof against poison?
That's actually... Let me go check my stores.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, I got what I need, but if you had a periaptive protection against poison, when I asked for
Proof
these,
against
you didn't
poison.
mention it. Protection against proof of poison.
Nicole,
Yes.
pick heads or tails.
Tails.
He comes through with a tiny little peridot. Look what I found! He goes... and dust just goes...
You know they need protection against dust.
I will want this back when you return. And he's going to hand it to you.
I will remember to give it back, as it is quite pricey.
So funny, because I was just looking at that item today when I was making another character.
Doesn't matter. We're probably gonna kill him anyway. Yeah, to give it back probably.
Don't worry about it.
What'd you say?
What?
What?
Wait, is Gaslin with us?
No.
Yaslin just
Okay.
popped out.
Hey, you say something like that.
I appreciate your help.
Yes, well, this is a mutually beneficial arrangement, is it not? We are partners. My resources are your resources. And he gives you a smile, and a big Defoe smile, and bows deeply.
We should probably get back to the others. I think they're about ready to go.
That's
J. Mitch is sitting there, like, producing heat to, like, dehydrate. And he's like, so when your temperature is just 300, 325, and you just expose it, not enough to cook it, but enough to just get all the water out, then it actually makes for a really good... Oh! Nicole! Are we ready to go?
I am.
Every time Jamich looks away and is distracted, Cora keeps like sneaking some of the food prep.
No.
It's quite tasty. Everyone loves jerky until that's the only thing you've eaten for a week.
Yaslin is keeping a very close eye on Jamich. She doesn't trust him.
He's like, what? I've been making food for you guys for months now. Come on, you can trust me. Here, have some of this. And he's going to hand you this weird wavy stick of mystery bacon.
Don't like bacon.
Oh,
See,
Lucius?
you see Lucius just kind of like walk up, sniff it, and then he just grabs it and just like very just very like sloppily, and just kind of walk away.
Oh, wow, that is new. Is the big guy okay?
Better than you.
Wow, gee, what did I do?
We talked about it. Just give it time. Anyway, and Kothar's gonna like pop open his little tote bag and he says, "I brought goodies," and he's gonna hand out the antidotes. Is Nicole? Are you attuning to the proof chem poison perturber?
Is it a peridot? Or is it
Is Chris muted?
It's supposed to be a black gem, but it is not attuned.
Oh, okay.
What does it do? Can you link it in the chat?
It is immunity to poison condition and immunity to poison damage.
Wow.
And it's not attuned? That seems very powerful.
And it's not attuned.
So you could just like pass it around to undo the poison condition on people?
Yeah.
I might have to make an addendum to that.
I think I feel like it should be an attuned item.
No, this is what I'm gonna say. If it only protects you if you're actually wearing it when you get poisoned, you can't just hand it to someone and it doesn't just end their poison condition.
Yeah,
I think that's very fair.
Fine with that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be handing out the antidotes to everyone who doesn't have the parataph.
Are dwarves immune to being poisoned or just resistant?
I think they're just
resistant.
Okay. And they're not immune to the effect?
Yeah, they're not.
Monks are, though, but we don't have a monk.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Damn, I wonder what happened to him.
Not
He's
enough
fine!
systems.
He's totally
just sleepy.
fine. All right. You all head out. 6 little adventurers with, I'd say, how many days worth of rations are we working with?
That's why I asked if you wanted us to roll.
I mean, I'm going to let you decide the number. Obviously, don't make it a
highest amount that you'll allow.
Okay,
Because
here's
Cora
the,
is strong.
a
How long is it
ration.
going to take for us to get there?
It's 6 days to the nursery. It's 48 miles to the nursery. And then it is an additional, let me tell you how many miles to the...
I would assume, like, the travel time plus some.
You could travel 8 miles a day at a normal pace.
Okay.
Let me see how far the Vast Oblivion is. It tells me somewhere. It tells me. I know it does. Shoot. Where did it go? I think it was like 8 miles. It's like a further day. It's like one more day's travel from the nursery.
The Cora's intention with going foraging and bringing another ranger plus one that can carry a lot, and knowing that she has double foraging, the intention was to gather as much as we needed for this journey.
Okay. You know what?
But if you want me to roll, then I can, and then double it.
And you spent one night doing it? Yeah, we could do that. Okay.
Survival?
Yes.
Add your guidance.
1d4?
Mm-hmm.
The DC for this area would be 15.
29
Excellent.
times 2.
Excellent. So now I'm going to say, oh shoot, see now I have to make up this is the problem with foraging in D&D. It doesn't tell me how much food you would find. Which is why I say if we can just figure out what is a reasonable amount to carry, you can gather as much as you want, but it's 1 pound of food per person per day. So 6 pounds times. I mean, and yeah, Lucius can carry all of this. I just wanted to know, just in case something wild happens that makes you stuck there. And then suddenly we get to be like, your rations are dwindling.
I would like to inject some flavor into the foraging, because I wasn't aware it was happening immediately. I thought it was going to be like throughout the trip.
Oh, sorry. No. So the point is that it's going to be very hard to forage. I could still let you make those rolls. We're going to do like camp supplies. This is the camp supplies that you got. And then if you try to forage on the way, you just won't use those camp supplies. You'll like get to keep them for that day. It's just the DC will be really high.
So while Lucius and Cora were foraging, I just want to kind of interject that as Cora was kind of loading up Lucius's like backpack that he's holding, she kind of gets like this really up close view of Lucius. Like, we've been in a group and things, but it's kind of like, you know, when your hair's growing, you don't really notice it until it's too long. Like, Lucius looks almost feral. Like, his hair has grown longer, his fur is matted. This is very different to Cora because he's usually very well kept. You just see like blood matted fur. You see him like just not really taking care of himself, and just like he kind of looks like very unkempt. And that's all they said.
Do you want to have some RP around that?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. So noticing this, Cora would ask Lucius. She would kind of like grab sort of like a piece of matted like bloody fur, like not like off of him, but to like hold it up to like show him. So like maybe on his arm or something, be like, "What happened, Lucius? Normally so clean, smell good."
I have that as a reminder of our battle with our traitorous friend.
Cora like take souvenir sometimes too, like shinies or arrows. Never thought of wearing souvenir.
People do it all the time with animals. You know, you cut the fur and you skin the animal, and you can wear that fur to keep you warm and things like that. This is kind of like that.
But does not feel itchy.
It bothers poles sometimes, but it doesn't bother me too much.
Cora is instinctively gonna start trying to like preen Lucius like a bird would. Like cleaning you.
Are you using your nose?
Yeah, her beak, yeah.
How do you react to this? Oh, Shiny sees this, and Shiny's also going to start like biting at your fur, though much more clumsily, and you just hear her go, hold still.
Johnny Day Douche played this card.
All right. If you have such a problem with it,
Johnny, who are you giving that to? We were just given a mind reading card. Gentle for weaklings.
No preening for friends.
As you start batting her off, she starts batting you back. She goes, Cora, you just got mind reader.
Ooh. I would like to immediately use it on Lucius. What's going on deeper between?
What is your surface level thought?
As they were foraging, he's kind of like just looking around as he's kind of like, verbalizing his annoyance with Shiny picking at him. You can hear like these thoughts of, damn, I thought if I went foraging with Cora, I'd be able to kill something. It's been a while. Getting the itch. I need the blood.
Oh my god.
That just gave me chills. I need to change your freaking chibi to be less cute and smiley.
VIP.
Okay. So Cora's sort of
Hi,
gonna,
Scarlet and friends.
Killa Maverick
like
53 played
her
this
demeanor is
card.
gonna change from being kind of playful and affectionate to a little bit more concerning.
As you're concerned and as you hear Lucius's thoughts, you hear a little scuttle, a little scuttle, and from the shadows, kind of moving around the lichen and mushrooms, a little rat appears, and it scampers out, looks at you both, and sits up and notices some rations or some mushrooms that you've been foraging kind of hanging out of your pouches, and looks Cora up and down. It's a pretty big rat, maybe like, as it stands up, it's almost 2 feet tall. And then it looks at your rations, looks at you, looks up at Lucius, looks at the rations, and then goes,
Okay, I need to do... This is actually hard for me personally because I don't think we've, like, hunted an animal. We've always just, like, found,
before
like, vegetarian
you do
options.
anything,
Yeah.
this appeared because Maverick played the Furry Friends card, so this is a potential familiar.
Okay, so it's a friend.
It's looking at your rations. You can do
It
whatever
is
you
what a friend
want.
would do.
You can kill it if you wanted to, but it's here peacefully.
Okay, so maybe Cora does recognize it as, like,
As
someone's
intelligence behind its eyes.
pet. Okay. She's gonna kneel down and put her hand out. What does Lucius do?
You feel this gust of air as Lucius kind of just gets a little overexcited and casts Zephyr Strike and bolts straight toward the rat to grab the rat and pin it to the wall.
Make a just a straight dexterity check. As it sees you, it's going to attempt to jump away.
It's an ability check.
Yeah, just a straight up
You can
ability
add
check.
guidance to that as well.
Are you guiding him to do this?
Yeah.
You want him to do this?
I mean, he got a 20 anyways.
Yeah, okay. I was like, wow, you're helping him murder this friendly little rat. Okay.
As a hunter, I'm conflicted.
You know
As
what?
someone who just
Actually,
loves
I
animals.
would say because this is more of a reactionary thing, you wouldn't have had time to cast guidance. Guidance
enough.
is like a
That's
whole, like, hey, I'm guiding you. With a 20, I think this is the order of operations. The rat slowly sniffs up, takes Cora's hand, looks at it, flips it around, sees there's nothing in it, shoves the hand, does this, and then turns and goes, ah! And then Lucius, this thing is caught between, like, your thumb and your freaking pointer as you hold it up against the wall. And he goes, ah! Ah! And he's, like, kicking and holding against your hand.
And you see Lucius reach for his short sword. Is Cora gonna do anything about it?
The rat looks at Cora and goes,
I want to say that, especially since you did Zephyr Strike, this is happening too fast for her to react.
And you see the sinister smile as Lucius ends the rat.
Cora just gasps.
interesting. Lucius, make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Would I still have Mind Reader?
I don't know. I think that would you got what you were looking for. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. You're going to get something, but I need time during the break to decide what that is. But you do feel a swell. Your mind, the blood smells so good. The spray hitting your face, a little bit of it getting on your lips. You lick your lips and you taste the iron in it. It would have been more satisfying if it was a challenge, but it still was fun to watch it squirm and beg for its life.
Can I insight?
Yes.
Can I guidance myself?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You can be like, Lucius will see you stick your hand on your chest and go, Sakojin, guide me.
24.
All right.
That's like her clutching her pearls, like,
Yeah. Sakojin, Mother Mary and Sakojin. With a 24, Lucius is different. Lucius is a protector of nature. You see Lucius get angry at the slaughter of animals, at the unbalancing of nature. This is strange. It scares you a little bit. It'd scare you more if you didn't think you could take him, but you're worried. And Maverick says, wow, I tried to give you guys a friend.
Lucius, tell Cora. Lucius different.
I don't know what you mean. You wanted rations. I got you one. And he kind of just drops it in Cora's wing as he walks by. And you just see him, like, devoid of emotion.
she's gonna stomp her foot.
Can we say that that rat, by the way, is the jerky that...
that he ate, that he just, like, sloppily scarfed down?
Yeah.
Gross. I want to say it like Cora didn't do a great job skinning it, and it still had, like, some hair on it.
Gross.
Just for some flavor, you know? Okay, so she's gonna stomp her foot.
No lie to friends.
How do you monitor change, I wonder?
She's gonna list all the changes that she's noticed in you.
And I would say, Lucius, you don't, like, you're not hiding anything. You think that you're just being your authentic self as always, so it is kind of confusing to be questioned like this.
Furbolg, protect nature. Not kill it.
But there is a circle of life.
Cora
So-
understand hurting bad guys. We had enough food.
But that rat was about to eat our rations that we worked so hard to collect.
But was innocent. Did not need to die.
I am not sure what you mean. We are collecting food. It is food.
She's going to mimic some of his thoughts back to him about his bloodlust.
Interesting.
This is change. This is how Cora measured change. Lucius different.
I've just gotten more excited to kill things. Offer their blood as sacrifices.
To who?
I do not know.
Is that true?
Feels good.
Can I insight again or do like a history check? Just on like sacrificing blood, if I'm aware of like a fae god or patron that...
I don't think you would be aware of any specific, like there's probably dozens of deities and beings who delight in bloodshed.
Okay, I'm immediately thinking of Ball.
Wow.
Ball. I'm trying to think if Cora would know who Ball is.
I'm not sure. You know a lot about different demon lords.
Oh, can I just do a straight religion check?
Okay.
Because this feels like there's like a sacrificial...
You're trying to just recall...
Welcome, Raiders.
Hold on.
Grab a drink and
I got
get
raid.
ready
A
to
huge
party.
raid. You scared the ever-living bananas out of me. Thank you so much for the raid. Robert Hartley GM with a rate of 126. Oh my gosh, I just jumped out of my skin. And Cora, you don't...
I got it 10.
You think that every demon lord is takes blood sacrifice. And that demon lords have been ruining everything. We just made your character for Play Basketball. Oh, you're going to be playing with us on is it Sunday or Saturday? Unless you're in the Australia.
Who would be in Australia?
The Australia.
Sunday for you. Gotcha. Okay, I was about to say woos. New Zealand. Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. We're in the middle of playing Out of the Abyss, and we're having an interesting character interaction. I have been able to play with Playmat, not as a player, or as a fellow player with Playmat, so it'll be the first time he's been my GM, and that will be next Saturday or Sunday if you're on the upside down part of the world. All right. You try to recall Cora, but all you can think about is all the destruction that different various demon lords have caused. The destruction of Juiblix, of Demogorgon, of Frazer Blue, of Yanagu, of Zuktmoy, all of them, and the madness that they cause. But you can't single anyone particularly out. You worry that your time in the Underdark and the violence that you all have witnessed might be taking a toll on your poor, lovable furball friend. And that maybe he is just starting to crack. Do you return?
Yeah. But I feel like when they started their scavenging, they were walking like close together, and like Cora's kind of trailing behind Lucius.
He was just kind of just looking around and not really bothered by what he said. He's kind of...
Shiny is walking next to Cora, and her expression is a little traumatized. She's just like, yeah, hungry.
Here, Shiny. Just gonna reach in and give her a mushroom.
Ah, her tongue just
unrolls like a cartoon.
yes. She swallows it and then pulls out from behind her just like a random gold coin that she stole from one of you and just starts like looking at it and petting it.
Like a pacifier, just like sucking on
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say she starts licking it. I'm like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
Retsu, are you aware that your camera is off?
Yes, I'm eating.
Perfect. Okay, just making sure. All right. You make it back. And I think with that, you're all ready to head out to the worm writhings.
Cora would sort of report her interaction to Kothar. Just gonna like tug on Kothar's sleeve.
Oh, Cora, here, I have this antidote for you. Boop.
Thanks, Kothar.
I know that look. What's wrong?
Lucius broken.
Kothar's like, what exactly do you mean broken?
Cora detect thoughts on Lucius.
And then she's gonna like mimic his thoughts. And it's like, bloodlust, I'm Lucius. Minus the laughing because he's serious now.
Killed innocent rat. And took too much joy in it. Blood splatter. Not washing. Keeping blood on fur. Matted fur. Not washing says like trophy of battle. Cora worried.
And this is new for him.
Cora noticed for a little while, but gotten worse.
Can I religion check this?
With
I
guidance.
don't think you have enough
never mind.
information to make a religion
Okay.
check on that.
Said was like sacrifice. Cora asked to who, and Lucius said, does not know. Just that feels good to kill. Cora very worried.
If he says he doesn't know, do you think he was lying? Or was he telling the truth?
Cora asked if was lying. Cora said friends don't lie. Did not seem to be lying. Seemed very like straight face, no emotion, no need to lie.
Well, typically when somebody brings up the word sacrifice, that's usually not done in a light way.
Yes.
And in all honesty, I think it would have been better if he was aware who he was sacrificing to, because considering
Yes.
who he doesn't know, well, what the hell are we supposed to do about that? We don't have any leads to go off of. I mean, it could be... It's the Underdark at this point in the middle of a demon incursion. It could be water possession, it could be madness, it could be a curse. I don't think there's anything we can do at the moment, but I think it's something that we need to keep an eye on. Because typically those who kill the small and the innocent, they usually slowly start to work their way up.
Yeah.
So at first it might be a rat, then a deer. I don't know if you know what a deer is. A small lizard, maybe a small lizard, and then a dog, and then it keeps growing from there. But Lucius is close to you, Cora. I don't think he would expect much, or suspect too much if you were to be the one that were to keep the close eye on him.
Cora will do.
No matter what's inside of his head, no matter what's going on, he knows you. And you're I think the best friend he has here. And a bond like that just doesn't go away. even during something like a curse or possession.
Have to remind Lucius of the good of friends and shinies.
Of best friends.
Best friends.
Just
What if made Lucius a gift?
what kind of gift?
Want to say something like a bow, but in light of recent circumstances, maybe not.
No. I think if you want to make Lucius a gift, it shouldn't just be any old gift, you know. It should be something special.
Something that reminds Lucius of home in the Feywilds.
I won't lie, I don't know what the Feywilds is like. So, I wish Hemlock was still here. Why don't we think on this?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You all warily prepare for your journey. I put a ration counter up on the screen. It represents how many days worth of rations you as a collective group have. I mathed 6 days to get there, 6 days to get back, a day to the Oblivium, and a day back with like 2 days on top of that. It's like 90 pounds of food. So it's a big backpack for Lucius.
Lucius doesn't get lost.
Or Lucius doesn't like eat all of her food in the middle of the night.
And it's just like, oh.
I am going to roll for every day that passes, and I'm also going to let you guys roll to look for rations. It'll be there'll be a fairly high DC. I think it'll be a DC 20 survival check. If you beat it, you find rations and your counter doesn't go down. If you don't find anything, then you just eat from the rations. So far, you have presumably enough to get you there and back, unless things happen that can hurt that, including getting lost, which you should be fine because Cora.
Well, actually.
Yeah. Okay, being restrained. Like every time you take a long rest, that counter is going to go down.
Because Lucius also has the Deft Explorer, are we each going to roll our checks? Or
I
are we
think
gonna
both
roll,
of you.
Like one. Okay.
Yeah, I would say both of you get to roll. Only one of you has to pass. And I'll say that because you don't really have the tools to sit there and to hydrate stuff. We're not going to be adding to the counter. It just stops the counter from going down. This is like a prototype test for, again, campaign 2. If this is smooth and is interesting, we'll keep it. If not, we'll toss it in the bin. Just trying to find sessions. Okay. Or not sessions. Trying to find a balance. I don't know.
Also, I would have roped Koretsu in probably on the conversation too, but I know you were eating and stuff, so I want to say that that oh my god, fucking your character's name? No,
Oh, Nicole.
Nicole. It's only been 2 years. I think Nicole would have this information as well, just FYI, as like a paladin thinking about like curses or diseases, etc.
Okay.
He'll keep that in mind, just thinking on it.
She doesn't ask the person from the Underdark.
I know our break is technically not supposed to start for another 15 minutes. However, this is like the perfect time since we're about to head out. I need to get my dice, refill my water, and go pee. So, let's take a 10-minute break, or let's just take a 15-minute break, be back on the hour. I will be back to entertain the chat. I do not play CSGO, Toasty, so that is not me. But yeah, we'll be right back. Find some background music to play.
Hi, chat.
know what? Let's play the Out of the Abyss music. Cool. BRB.
Hey, Plaza. What's up? How is everyone tonight? I hear sounds from someone. I don't know who else is in this room with me. We all float down here. But Daddy Quiznos, the symbols on top of above Scarlet's frame is the dice are inspirations for the players. There's a damage dice, and then a healing dice, and then a counterspell dice. Yeah, and Ellie has linked Scream Loots, which is where you can affect our game with, and add to that pool. Yep, they do not expire. Help or hinder the players, or the opposite for the DM. Yes. I guess I should play music in my stream. Yeah. Crowdfunding dice for petitioning for Cora to do above 100 damage in one shot to one target. She can be our cannon. I should probably get a drink. I will be back momentarily. Hi. Hello, cat.
He's a cat.
It is a cat. She jumped into my chair, so I had to pick her up so I could sit.
Hi.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you. Got some dice to roll.
Nice.
I got a energy drink. Oh, it's a kitty.
It is a kitty. She sat in my chair, so I had to pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
And she is demanding the treat that I grabbed.
Oh, let me catch up with the chat. Y'all are talking about cool stuff. Ellie is crowdfunding dice for a 100 damage one shot. That's perfect. You think that's why I redid the cards to make it easier to spend them as stored? Yes, that's why I felt like there were two issues with the cards before. One, it was halting the flow of the game for me to try and work out what the fuck the card did because they were complicated. I'd have to like interrupt people. Oh, you have a bottle of flame. Oh, you have this. So I just didn't like that. And two, I noticed that they weren't getting spent. And because they weren't getting spent, people weren't using them. So now they're right here on the overlay. So I can see when you guys have them and I can remind you to use them. You remember sitting on the elemental stuff waiting for situations? Now they may be good. Oh, so the elemental ones too. Instead of the resistances to different element types, it is now like a... Basically, when someone gives you elemental resistance, it's like a shield that covers you until some kind of energy magical damage hits you, and then you become resistant to that damage type. So that way, they don't the viewers don't have to guess. It is just like a nice, and it lasts until the beginning of your next turn. One of your text game players had a stroke. So next game has been on hold. Oh my gosh. That is terrible. Hi, Dak. How's it going? That is terrible. That is like life-changing. My grandma just had a stroke. She had it during a routine, supposed to be fine surgery. And now she can no longer... She's in therapy right now because she lost the ability to string two words together.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, she can't drive anymore. She was just, and it's so heartbreaking because she had just visited me like days before and was making plans to come see me so she could hang out with Leo like every week. So she was going to come every week and just hang out with me and Leo at my house. And now she can't. She can't drive.
Is there a possibility of her recovering to the point where she can drive again? Or
she would literally have to relearn what happens when you have a stroke.
Daddy Keys knows 13 played this card.
The thing is, the pathways in her brain where the information was stored to drive have been damaged. Scar tissue now covers it, meaning she would have to create completely new neuro pathways. But she's like 80 something, so she doesn't have... You have to relearn how to do things. Exactly. So she also she's in speech therapy right now. She can hear. And it's my mom. I haven't seen her yet. My mom said it's frustrated. She's cognitive, but when she tries to speak, she goes and she can't find the word. She can give like one word answers, but like she forgot the word for like rabbit and the word for car. Like, it's crazy. So she has to literally relearn. She's with a therapist relearning words, creating new pathways. But because she's so old, it's hard, you know.
Unlikely.
Yeah,
very difficult.
She's never going to be the same, and it's so heartbreaking because she is so active. She travels the world. She's been to China many times, Egypt, Germany. She moved here to Arizona to live with. She was living with my mom, and now she's living with my aunt. And she like has her own group of friends. She goes around. She had like a boyfriend for a little while, like just living life. And she went and had a surgery to like. Heart valve. She had a leaky valve, so they were going to just like fix the valve so that she gets more oxygen through her blood, like a better blood flow. And when they did it, they like shook some of the plaque and it went up into her brain and gave her a stroke. And she's furious because had she known that that would even be a risk, she wouldn't have gotten the surgery. Like, it was not a necessary surgery. It was just a life-improving surgery.
Which didn't go.
Huh?
Which didn't, like, improve.
Yeah, it would be just
the
to
opposite.
prove the quality of life, and it just did the opposite. Yeah, it like ruined her life. So we're kind of devastated. My mom and my aunt have been just in tears, devastated. Strokes, man. Sometimes sight, sometimes speech, moving your hands and feet. Yeah, it just depends on where in the brain you get hit.
Mm.
Scarlett, in your Uta schedule,
Yes?
the times you put are not PST.
Are they not? Did I screw up?
They're just an hour later.
Oh, so it should be 4:30 PST instead? Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. Let me fix that right now. This change has confused me so bad, and I'm embarrassed. Yes, what's your random question?
I have 2 seltzers in front of me. Which one should I drink?
Let me see.
I have... it's probably really hard to read because of the...
What? Just tell me what the flavors are.
One of them is lime lemongrass, and the other one is grapefruit cardamom.
Lime and lemongrass? That sounds delicious.
I just want to say one other thing about the time change. That's why I did the Discord time thing. It's like...
Yeah.
It just makes it a whole lot less confusing. I put like...
I don't know how to do that.
You have
It's actually... It's the most annoying part is trying to find the Unix code for it. But after you find that, it's just a simple little command.
Okay. I'll look
But
it
yeah,
up.
it takes most like a couple of minutes to do. So basically there's a Unix time converter. You go there, put in the time you want, copy that, and then you just type in this very quick little command that you can do.
Welcome
Hello,
in.
Buff.
Is this an awkward time?
No, it's perfect.
No,
We're
this
just
is a
finishing
perfect time,
up on
actually.
our break.
Yeah.
Getting off break.
Hey, all planned. What do we do? What are we ending?
Oh, I
Everyone died. It's just you alive.
Yeah, it's just you.
That was my plan all along.
Pulls off his face, and it's actually Nero in disguise.
It's just, yeah. Pulls off my face.
Not Dio.
No, actually, it turns out Jamich has actually transformed into the rat.
Oh no.
He's Ratatouille.
Oh no.
What's my excuse for being away? Do I have one, or should I make one up?
I don't make excuses. You're on autopilot. I actually roleplayed as you.
Oh yay.
Yeah, I don't like
You were
coming up.
helping prepare rations.
I've had
by dehydrating
DMs
them.
who do that, like come up with a whole like explanation or whatever, and I think it's like a waste of time.
I think it's fun to justify it, but if it's like complicated,
I
then,
think I think it's complicated.
Yeah.
I just would rather. I know you guys so well. I know how to roleplay as you.
Hell yeah.
So
What did I do? Did I do anything fun?
you were cooking for everyone, and
Yeah.
when
You tried to teach us how to make jerky.
yeah, you were explaining how to make the
Yeah.
jerky, and then you offered some to Yaslin, who was like really like bitchy to you, and it was really funny. And you were like, Yaslin, what? Why the hard feelings? We're all friends here. Huh?
Yeah, so like we're all friends
For the
again.
record,
Exactly.
you actually said bacon, and I in real life hate bacon. So
It was bacon shaped. It was a piece of rat jerky.
That's awesome.
It's just kind of nibbled it off your hand. Just,
Oh
gulped it
yeah,
off your hand.
it was like a
All right.
whole thing.
I'm glad I gave the chat a recap as well. I'm sure they were wondering what's going on.
I gave you guys all new frames, so when your camera's off, I can pop it in there. Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I just
Jamich
had
has just
a-
been on the can the whole time.
Yeah, that's about right. I just had a thought of, since we all have sheepies now, or we've had them for a while, but we could put them on the Discord reactive images,
Aww.
and it would light up when we talk.
Oh. Yeah, how do I do that?
That requires all of us to do it.
Yeah.
But you just give us the file, and then we upload it to Discord Reactive, and it'll, if you go on there, it'll have a link to each of the individual ones.
Oh, is it like a PNG?
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, yes.
Okay. I will, when I have the ability to, I've been kind of thinking about doing that anyway. I will set that up.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We can work that out later.
Yep.
It'd be actually cute to have the big map cover the whole screen, and then your little chibis all lined up at the bottom and going boop, boop, boop.
You.
Then nobody has to look at my face. Got it.
Whoa, I didn't mean it like that.
Nobody gets the right to look at your face.
Wow.
How about that?
That sounded so vitriolic.
No one is allowed to look upon your glorious visage.
Daddy Quiznos is gifting 10 Stream Loop packs.
Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy. Go claim them, use them. I redid them to make them easier. Buff, we now have a counter. It's on my overlay. The 23 number is how many inspirations you guys have. Any of you can take one at any time. I recommend you use them. The other things on this counter are you can get damage die. You can use as many damage die as you want, but remember, if you use them all, then you don't leave any for anybody else. So you can either make it a competition or you could share. I don't know. It's up to you. This hand is skill dice. You can, these are all given, these are all added to with the Stream Loot cards. So it's like dice pools. We have a skill check dice pool, we have a healing dice pool, and we have the Dungeon Master's dice pool. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
How would I
one-
acquire Stream Loots?
I have one quick question about the damage dice.
Mm-hmm.
Can we declare that we want to use them after we've hit an attack, or does it have to be beforehand?
After you hit, you
Okay.
want to add damage die to your die. Resist magic. Oh, Nakul. You have resist
Yes.
magic on you.
I have resist Okay, that's like absorb elements. Got it.
It is. It's just like absorb elements. The first triggering thing, you will be resistant until the start of your next turn. Okay, now, guys, on the cards.
JTC
oh, nice.
0999 played this card.
JTC just added a healing card.
Daddy Keysnose 13 played this card.
Ooh, add 2d10 to the damage pool. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. If the card says combat card, that means it's probably not as useful unless they are in the middle of combat. Just a heads up to the card users. I have listed what they are and what they do. So, uh-oh.
You know, turn. Yeah, he's in there.
Hold on.
Circuit played this card.
Hello. Oh. It's like, Mama? Mama?
He's like, I got in.
He
What did I win?
Yep.
he was fully clothed, by the way, with a diaper.
Okay.
Yep.
We're winning.
Okay.
Dude, my worst nightmare is that he'll waddle in here without his diaper on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. How do I turn this off? Okay. What was I saying?
Streamloots.
Streamloots, yeah. If it says combat card, I would recommend saving it for combat. The dice pool cards you can do whenever because it just adds to the dice pool. I know. Well, Steven's doing homework right now, so I thought my door was closed, but it wasn't clicked all the way, so Leo keeps trying to get in here.
I have a question regarding your Streamloots cards.
Yeah.
Specifically for like the healing ones, it says when using healing abilities. Does that apply to when I use lay on hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Cool.
The reason I say during healing abilities, you cannot use one just freely out of the blue. It has to be attached to some kind of ability that is healing, whether it's a potion or a healing spell or lay on hands. Not to things that, like, if you kill someone, you recover 10 HP. Things like that, no, because that's more like the healing's like a secondary effect there. Has to be like a purposeful healing. And
The magician played this card, Skillful Spirit Dice Pool.
Cool. We now have a Skillful Spirit, which is a D6 to a skill check. I will remind you guys that you have these as they become relevant. Okay. Day 1. You start traveling to the Worm Writhings. At first, you maneuver carefully through some caverns away from the Tower of Araj before coming to a strange... You travel for about half a day, where you see a strange kind of crevice in the tunnel ahead. Now, as you approach it, you realize that this where this crevice leads to, perpendicular, is a giant, perfectly round tunnel. This is the beginning of the Worm Writhings. As you enter, you realize that this tunnel goes straight, though slightly curving to the right so that you cannot see the end of it.
How long is this tunnel? Would you say that it's above or below the national average?
Well, as you travel down this phallic-shaped tunnel, you notice that there's like patches of lichen on the walls, little pebbles, but it's fairly featureless. You go for about a mile before you see a very similar tunnel completely cutting across it, creating like a 4-way intersection.
4-way, you say?
Circuit, pick someone else. They can't have it.
4-way in the phallic tunnel. Let's go.
Circuit. I'm gonna give it to JTC. JTC, you also have resist magic. Though again, I recommend you saving those for combat because currently they're not.
The Knight played this card for Lucius, just in case something needs to be forgotten.
Okay. Lucius, you have mind skip, which means you can make someone forget an interaction right after it happens, like a minute's worth of an interaction. We'll get there. We'll get there when it's...
Interesting card.
Circuit played this card.
Okay, so there's basically 4 directions we could go.
There's a 4-way. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a 4-way.
There's a 4-way.
Yeah. So, were we told information or like given a map about where to go?
You, Cora, Vizer Defoe definitely sat down with you and showed you a map, and explained where to go, where to find it, said that there are tunnels that kind of will be freshly made from time to time, but essentially gave you the tools that you need to know to get in the right, to head in the correct direction. Though it will be
like
a little
to use those tools to get us.
Yeah,
in the
those
right
tools.
direction.
Yeah, honestly, the adventure doesn't really. It's silly. All right. You start heading. You realize that these tunnels go between 1 to 6 miles before another tunnel branches off, or a tunnel ends and there is a fork in the direction. Sometimes they're like directly perpendicular. Sometimes they're kind of like crisscrossy. You were told that the purple worms themselves usually do not reuse tunnels that have been already made. They typically make new ones, but to be careful, because there's really not really any places for you to hide. In fact, we're gonna come. Why?
I was like, why'd you pause it there? That was a weird way to pause it.
You're okay, Quiznos. Sorry. Okay. The first day is quite featureless. It's just tunnels. How is that featureless? What?
I don't know.
Everything is sexual.
I'm in a silly, goofy mood right now. Yeah.
Everything is sexual. Featureless. Speaking of featureless.
Featureless just didn't sound, it threw me off. I wasn't expecting you to say featureless.
Wow, that's a new insult. Your dick is just so featureless.
Yeah. Stop, you're going to piss off all the alpha males.
All right.
You're such an NPC.
After traveling down a certain tunnel for so long, you realize that it is time to make camp. Nothing so far has attacked you. So you decide to set up like a little campfire and roll out your little bedrolls right in the middle of this tunnel because there's really nowhere else to do it. Cora and Lucius, are you ready? You think if you could maybe go back down the tunnel a little bit further, you could maybe
some lichen or something.
Yeah, you could find something. So go ahead. The DC is 20. Both of you have to make it. If you roll stupid high, you'll find something a little nicer than lichen.
I'm gonna use one of those inspirations. Well, actually, we'll see what Lucius.
You can roll some of those inspirations. Nice. Aha, Lucius. You find patches of lichen, and you're able to take a sharp rock and scrape it off the wall into a little bowl. Enough for everyone. And you come back. J. Mitch, you're like, oh, great. Lichen.
While Cora's helping scrape the lichen with a sharp rock, she accidentally cuts herself and exposes some blood.
Accidentally? How does Lucius react?
Accidentally. Yeah.
I hear Lucius go.
Low dex hero, by the way.
Oh, Cora, no. We can't have you hurt. And he kind of like tries to like find something in his satchel to like kind of wrap her finger. Can't attract the worms.
Lucius.
She puts some pressure on it with the bandage.
Did you just flip us off?
Sorry?
Did you just flip us off?
What? Oh, no. Oh, kind of. I could have picked any other finger, but that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. You head back. I am going to try to get through these days, so minimal. We're not going to have like a campfire powwow every single night unless something interesting happens and you need to talk about it. You eat your lichen, and then you head on deeper into the worm writhings. You start to notice as you go through on the second day that some of the tunnels seem more sterile than others. Meaning they were probably freshly dug, and it's wildlife hasn't had a chance to start like getting into it. But some of the tunnels are covered in like skittering little insects, or strange mushrooms are starting to sprout out of the edges. Gonna roll again to see. Second day, nothing interesting happens. You, once again, are going to camp your little tushies in the middle of a giant, round, creepy tunnel. And Lucius and Cora, would you mind making your rolls? The most innocent of butts. Oh no, Lucius.
Ooh.
Cora.
Oh, yes, Cora.
Cora, you, while you were looking around, find what appears to be like a pock or almost like a stone cyst jutting out of the wall. And but it's made of rock, right? It's just like a round.
Okay.
Yeah. And as you kind of check it out, you hear some like gushy noises inside. And breaking it open, you see several large grubs, the grubs of Grix, flop down on the ground. A creature that would have given you quite a fright in your early adventuring days, but these are easily smushed. And you are able to bring some fat grubs back to the encampment for everyone. Lucius, you were too busy looking for some large, satisfying prey to notice the potential. But, you know, Cora brings
Good job,
everyone.
Cora.
Kind of see Lucius just like trying to like measure the wind and like.
There's like no wind because it's inside a cave.
Oh, I forgot to
still be clean,
ask. Kothar, are you providing everyone with water, or do I need to make them look for water too? I don't think water is found here. I think that you would have the water spell prepared.
Yeah, I would just be casting. I mean, if that's the case, then I would just be casting create food and water every day. And just create food for us.
Even though it's gross, you'll be stuck with that spell once things start happening.
I mean, I was planning on sticking with it, so.
Okay. So how much food do you create?
I create, like, enough for 16 people or something.
Oh.
Enough to sustain up to 15 humanoids.
Oh. Well, do we even need our foragers?
I mean,
it's kind of gross, though. I feel like, yeah, if they could find something cookable.
Yeah. But, like, we have a backup. We have backup.
Cool. Okay. So I can't starve you out. Darn. All right. Day 3.
Oh, that was like last-ditch effort to not starve.
Yeah. It's like
the
boogies.
featureless bland food.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like pudding if pudding was lame.
Wow.
So wait, the water doesn't go bad or anything like that? Or doesn't disappear? Only the food does.
It just disappears.
I feel like
the water doesn't go bad.
Unflavored oatmeal, and it's cold, and it's made with like water.
So the worst kind of oatmeal. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tastes slightly like sawdust.
Next day, I'm going to use a different dice because I want to give you guys something more interesting.
This whole adventure reminds me of a Star Trek episode.
Oh,
With
yeah?
things called porters in it, which sounds very bad by itself as well.
Cora, as you are leading people through the caverns on the 4th day, you hear some grunting and stomping in the intersection up ahead.
She's like, oh, what is it? Is it this? Is this hold? Hold. Okay. She listens in. Can she discern any
You
voices?
hear a heavy thudding stride of something quite large dragging something behind it. As you peek, you just see the back walking away, kind of. This is like a 4-way intersection, so coming like across, but already kind of past. You see the back of a giant troll holding his neck and just kind of like muttering to itself.
Cora whispers, "There's a troll in the dungeon." And then,
Amy chills. Oh, no,
whoever would be the closest, kind of right behind Cora, she would inform them.
Someone up ahead. Troll. Hurt. Dragging? Listen.
Does it look like it's going to attack? Or?
I don't think I can discern that, can I?
It's kind of just slowly wandering away from you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Maybe it needs help.
I say just leave it be.
We could put it out of its misery.
I mean, we
So he
have
gives him a weird look.
like multiple people that can just heal it.
Cora also looks like pointedly at Kothar, like this is the shit I've been talking about.
Also, yeah, Jamich is just gonna say, he's like, has he, like, you guys are all noticing this, right? This is not how he used to act. Is he okay?
Cora's playing dumb. What do you mean?
As you guys are talking, you see, like, you look around, you see Lucius is gone, and he's kind of see footprints kind of meandering down the tunnel the troll's going down.
Oh God.
Cora's gonna pass without trace and try to catch up to him.
I'm just gonna stealth and try and catch up to him as well.
Okay, guys, roll stealth against Lucius's passive perception. What is your passive perception?
Oh, I'm not trying to sneak up behind Lucius. I'm trying to
Not catch
make
the
it
troll.
so that that
Yeah.
Lucius doesn't
Oh,
alert
gotcha.
the troll.
Okay, you still roll stealth. I'll do it against the troll's passive perception.
I think it's
I
a
got
plus-
15.
plus
You're good.
10 for everyone, I think.
Oh, good, I
Okay.
got 25.
I'll double check that, but plus your 1d4.
Poof, what is your passive stealth?
My passive stealth?
Yeah, because I don't think you're actively stealthing, but I just want to know what number to...
Passive stealth is 21.
Oh my god.
Okay, you are all
You stealthy
the
boy.
wind. Kothar, you passed. McCool,
I didn't roll.
you passed just barely.
Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot that I actually have advantage, so it cancels out. Ah, whatever. It's fine.
Okay. The troll doesn't see you. It just moans, and he just kind of like holds his head. He's rubbing his neck. You see for a second, as he moves his hand out of the way, a little nub that looks like a baby back of the head.
Oh, something we've
Wait.
seen before.
I've seen this before.
I
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Which demon was this again?
Demogorgon.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
Right.
Marcus,
Right,
or whatever
Scarlet?
it was. The Suckmoy, I think it was.
This is the
What?
two-headed.
Two-headed is Demogorgon.
Demogorgon.
Do you think he remembers me?
It's not
No.
Demogorgon.
I don't think Demogorgon remembers you.
You weren't exactly memorable.
What do you mean? I tried to talk to him. I bet I could fix him.
Are you...
What is he
Lucius,
dragging, by the way?
A giant
it?
club that has got, like, troglodyte brains smashed all over it.
Oh, sick.
You see Lucius kind of perched up against a wall, starting to, like, set up his bow, and, like, he's carefully aiming at
If you're
the
gonna
troll.
actively try to shoot this thing, I'm going to actively try and stop that.
That's fine.
Okay. How are you going to stop him?
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder at first and be like, "Hey, there's really no need to do any of that. We can either let him go or we can try and cure him."
We can cure him with that.
That's the opposite of curing. Hey, man.
As a second head, we've come across this before.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the second head right now as much. I'm kind of worried about you.
As this conversation happens, those of you who are still looking at the troll notice he kind of like stops. He looks to the left and right, and then suddenly, bam! A purple worm slams through the cavern, crunches him, and then goes just steamrolls through and creates a whole new passage. And you just see, like a train, the purple worm's body for like 50 feet. And then its tail.
Well, I guess that takes care of that.
Let-
And he just, like, holsters his bow.
Let's not go that way.
I think we should go back to
Could be... Yes. Follow path.
Okay, Are we just going to continue to ignore Lucius's clear red flags, or like I know I've been missing something here, but this isn't normal, and it's starting to worry me.
And what do you suggest we do?
Well, talking it out could help. I turn towards Lucius.
I don't know what you're worried about. You're still alive.
Well, I'm worried about you and the fact that you feel the need to murder so much.
I'm a hunter.
I like how he
That's what
says
we
that
do.
with a mouthful of stuff. That is
He's eating
amazing.
He's just eating the ration from his backpack.
Hunter. That's what we do.
The last of the rat.
That is freaking iconic.
Yeah, but the Lucius I remember cared about living things, didn't care about much of death. This one's more bloodthirsty, and I'm worried about you.
The creature was hurt. Now he's dead.
As
But
you
I was
all,
going to put him out of misery.
as you have this sordid conversation, it will kind of like you realize that you're not really getting to Lucius, and you
Yeah.
press on. It is the end of day 4. You make a little camp. This time you kind of find like a little like portion of the tunnel kind of like caved out so you can get like off the road just a touch, maybe just a little bit. Lucius and Cora, make your survival rolls. Also, Poof, I messaged you with a thing.
I was a little confused by it. Does that mean the creatures or my thing
That's
on
you.
the bonus?
That's a thing for you.
No, I understand that, but
Oh.
the last sentence of it.
Oh, let me look. If I maybe
Secrets.
you can. That's you. You can. That last part is for you.
Oh,
Okay, Lucius, in your bloodlust. Cora, you can't fight. You're trying to scrape like little shavings of lichen and moss, but nothing enough to be sustainable. Lucius, you do pull up a big boulder, and all kinds of creepy crawlies just start skittering out, and you're able to snatch enough to give everyone a little meal. The next day, you go back and forth through this honeycomb, almost like a maze. It seems like some of the tunnels have caved in a bit, forcing you to backtrack a little bit and find new paths. Sometimes as you backtrack, you see a fresh path that was not there when you headed, but hey, it's kind of in the same direction. As you traverse the tunnels, you suddenly hear a strange noise. A little and rounding the corner, a cloister of flumps, little floating jellyfish things start kind of floating around, and you just hear them. As they see you, they pause, almost like they're reading your aura. And then, once they decide that you are not bloodthirsty gricks or piercers or sturges, they flutter to you. Hello, friends.
Oh, they talk.
Of course we talk. They speak kind of as a chorus.
Hello.
Would I know what these are?
Have you guys seen a flump before?
I don't know.
Oh.
Don't think so.
Oh, this is
What
your first
are
time.
you?
I might have been able to study one, but
We are flumps. Beep, they take their little tentacles and like tickle your, like they like reach out to you.
Cora would like to grab one.
Grab one?
Yeah.
Oh,
in
no.
a non-hostile way.
Hug.
You grab
And
one by
she's-
the arm, and it goes.
she's gonna-
Oh!
She's gonna take it and direct it at Lucius.
Give good feelings.
It looks at it. It like takes its little tentacles towards Lucius, and then hesitates, and then pauses and backs up. Bad thoughts. No bad thoughts.
Fix, please. Give good ones.
It looks afraid.
Okay, as soon as it starts like actually being afraid, she's gonna let her go.
See, guys, I told you this isn't normal.
Demon lords give bad thoughts. Make the bad thoughts go away. Another one comes up from behind the trembling one. We help make bad thoughts go away if it allows us.
I don't know what you want or what you're talking about.
We bring peace. And it slowly approaches you and is going to kind of like... if you resist, I need a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Lucius, who I believes this.
It reaches forward. Let the bad thoughts... And you kind of like furl your brow and kind of... well, goodbye. And they kind of nervously start...
We're sorry about him.
And they just kind of quickly turn around, and they go around the corner at a much more hurried pace.
Those look like it could have been good dinner. Why didn't you guys
Lucius, not everything is dinner.
I feel
ask
like
again
you
as you
said
that
that.
same question? Everything was a delicacy.
There's a
How
reason.
long into you say we look like a good dinner?
I mean, are you off?
Lucius. I'm not going to step between that.
All right, you awkwardly all find a place to hunker down for the night. I do need foraging checks, though, Lucius, I will have you roll at disadvantage as your thoughts are becoming more and more distracted.
So the question is Lucius going looking for those things that we just encountered?
Slumps?
Those flumps.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the two of you come back empty-handed. The question is, are you eating Kothar slime, or are you going to just use your rations that you prepared?
I hold up my sad pudding, my sad Jello.
Which one
It's
lasts
delicious.
longer?
The Jello will
The
disappear
rations.
tomorrow. The rations will last. The rations are not so sad. I would say just think of this in a role-playing kind of way. Like, if you're eating mud Jello every day, your spirits are going to be lower and your moods are going to be down. If you're eating rations, not so bad. Foraged food is like, hey, this is fresh. It's the change every day, you know? Every day something a little new.
Every day a different type of lichen.
Mm-hmm.
If you close your eyes, you can pretend it's Jamich's porridge.
So, are you guys
Next
gonna
was-
are you guys gonna use the spell slot, or are you gonna use the rations?
Well, you're using the spell slot anyways, and for the water.
No, that would be two spell slots.
That's a separate spell
Well,
slot.
Oh.
No, it create food and water creates both food and water
Oh, okay,
at the same time.
cool. Do you guys want to eat your rations, or do you want to eat sludge?
Lucius
Delicious
will eat
or
rations.
terrible? Cora will eat rations.
Rations.
Okay, y'all eat
I guess
rations.
that's a well.
I'm not splitting it up per person. That's too much to track. So I'm just gonna say all y'all had some rations.
Majority says rations.
Yeah, y'all got some of your like dried out mushrooms, and Jamich makes a soup.
There's like, it's not
Yeah.
that bad. Come on, see? How
Virginity is like, ugh.
Your mace goes softer.
I can't even begin to understand how to fix that ooze.
You can't. It's terrible.
It saved us once or twice when Hans burnt his leek stew. I don't know how you burn leek stew, but Hans somehow did it.
You can burn
Probably
water, it's
overcooking it,
fine.
yeah.
You all, on the final day, slowly make it. You see a tunnel. The tunnel that you're following, you see a faint glow up ahead. And you hear quite a ruckus. The first thing, though, before your ears can make out anything, the first thing you notice is the smell.
Is that you, J-Mitch?
If it was, I wouldn't
Aslan
tell
is
you.
So mean.
Jamie.
Are you making that food and water, Kothar?
It doesn't smell like that.
The smell is so intense, it makes your eyes water. The voices you hear ahead of you, I don't know if any of you understand the language, but the first thing you hear is like, kerfuffle snuffle up, kerplow.
What is the language?
Surfaffle poof. I didn't want to spoil, but I think you've heard this language before. It is the sound of troglodytes.
Nicole
So what
has the
language
helm
is
of
that?
comprehend language, and will cast comprehend language.
You cast comprehend language, and you hear the voice. There's some names here. Give it up, Slayer! I've got your wifey! If you don't hand over the weapon, we're gonna take you all out! Over my dead body, his flat! This weapon is mine! I'm the one who found it, but I'm the chief! It's mine! We have your wife! We're gonna kill her! We're gonna feed her to the lizard! And you realize as you creep over and you see... Let's see... Activate... Let me get the music. This is a large cavern that is separated by a nasty river that's kind of like a waterfall a little bit.
Ooh, like the ambient, the music.
Yes, very ambient. This cavern, first of all, is filthy. It's covered in troglodyte poop. You see a lot. You see a lot. You see this giant cavern covered in troglodytes. Here is a big troglodyte screaming across the way at this troglodyte. This troglodyte has several troglodytes all lined up like an army. This is a jutting stone bit, like a big hill cliff, where this troglodyte is tied to a stalactite, flanked by other stalactites. There seems to be a showdown happening, and it seems like these two troglodytes are angry at each other. It is quite confusing. Cora, your eagle eyes notice that this troglodyte over here is holding up above his head a very shiny bow. And it seems like this dispute is over this bow.
Have we been seen?
No. You have not been seen. They are really busy.
They're arguing about someone having someone's wife. There's a weapon. I didn't know troglodytes got married.
Shiny weapon over there.
She points at the
Shiny
weapon.
weapon.
Cora won't
He
have.
looks too big for
Cora
them.
can have.
I mean, if you want to set Lucius loose.
You notice, though, also the
Do we have to kill them?
the
Like,
tunnels go this way and this way. The river seems to go through. There's a lot going on here.
What if Cora just asks for it?
I don't know if they understand any other language. Also, I only understand it because of magic. I can't talk to them.
So
I
what
don't
is
think
the
they
actual
understand.
language, by the way? Is it
What?
called Troglodyte?
Yeah,
what's the
it's just
language?
called Troglodyte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's called Trogish, and it sounds weirdly like
Trogish.
Simish.
But
So-
like in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Kerfluffenflufen.
Kerfluffen Flooper? Clorpity Dow. Der Narnis.
We're just fighting a bunch of Sims.
Der Bumpin' Perf. Der Bumpin' Perf. Perfaffle.
You.
If
I wonder if
we-
anyone has made a
them-
Simish dictionary.
If we let them keep arguing, they might just fight each other. But also, if you want the weapon, I think we can at least try.
Worst comes to worst, we'll just have to pry it out of them by force.
Oh, wouldn't that be such a terrible thing for you, Lucius?
Do it.
But Cora does not need to kill, just wants to have it.
They're fighting over it, but
Yes.
Considering they're fighting over it, and there's someone up there tied up, I don't
I think
they're
that's
just
the
gonna
wife of.
Cora, take
Wait,
wife, get weapons.
We're not kidnapping someone's
So-
wife.
Yes.
So now you want the wife and the weapon?
No, trade. Tradesies.
Do you think
We're
the
not.
wife is actually worth the weapon?
Yes.
You suddenly see this troglodyte who does not have the weapon pointing at the wife, and Lucius, you basically hear that he's suggesting they trade the wife for the weapon. The wife is sitting there going, Merfafflepoof! Sir
Okay,
Flippity
Sorry, it's
Joy!
not the wife. Actually, now that I listen to it, they're saying wifey.
It's his mate. It's his wife.
I know.
Oh, wifey.
Okay. We gotta.
Cora's gonna cast Pass Without Trace and climb down and then up the other pillar.
This one right here.
Hush.
Okay. There are 7 troglodytes up there
Oh.
guarding
There are a lot.
wifey. There's 20. There's 20 on this side of the shore. Another 5, 6, 7, 8 on that side of the shore, plus probably more.
Okay, Cora's gonna cast Disguise Self on her as a troglodyte.
Okay, are you going to
do
be
you
a purple troglodyte or a dark green troglodyte? Because it seems like those are the 2 teams.
Okay. Hold please. So on this side of the river,
Is
These
what-
are team. Okay, this is team Haslat, which is the general who allegedly found the weapon and wants it. The other side of the river is team Slayer, who's the chief who has taken that weapon because he's the chief. So that's his team, and the wifey belongs to the chieftain, but is a prisoner on the side of the general. So general side, chieftain side.
okay, so
What
I'll be the
color are they?
color of this guy.
The general side. Okay, you're a purple. You turn into a purple troglodyte.
you want to scare them, Cora?
Why?
You say that so obviously.
There's just a lot of them.
What is Lucius doing right now?
You see Lucius kind of like, he hasn't really said anything. He keeps like looking at all the people that are on the field, and he's just like, you see him kind of like quivering, like he wants to pull out his bow, but the last time he did, he got like stopped. So he's kind of considering his options.
That's about 15 feet. It's a sharp slope, 15 feet down.
if you scare them, they might drop it, but also they might run away with it.
How tall is this platform we're standing on relative to
that
this platform?
That would be. This is 6 feet high from the ground. This is 15 feet high. So the difference.
Wait a minute. Is this item magical?
The bow?
Do we know? Yeah.
It looks really shiny, really well crafted. It kind of has, if you squint really, really hard, you can see the word oath bow written across it.
Okay.
Okay.
Throw you in the middle. No, kidding.
Okay, wait. Guys. I think I might be able to help us here.
How so?
I'm gonna cast animating performance. Animate on the bow.
Wait,
Okay, so that's not 30 feet away though.
Okay, I'm gonna get close enough to do that, and then I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
If I can.
The bow,
it's like across.
The bow is 110 feet away.
It's over here.
You would have to basically stand in this dung pile. You'd have to get to right there.
And cast without a trick.
I don't think
cast
you
on
can
all of us,
Can you
right?
cast that on a non-magical item?
That's what I was asking. If it was magical or not.
It is. I mean, can you cast that on a magical item?
Yeah. No.
It
It has
is-
to be non-magical.
Oh, this is a magical. This is a legendary weapon.
Oh, okay.
This
never
is a
mind.
+2 weapon.
I was excited.
Oh, you could cast it on something else.
Yeah, but it was going to be more fun to like make the item dance out of their hands over to us.
They all have these
Make
makeshift
a dancing
little.
bow.
They all have makeshift weapons that they're all like.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it later.
Okay.
Just know. I like turn everybody. Just like, just know I have that in my back pocket.
You could trick them into maybe thinking a dancing bow is more magical and able to be traded.
Somebody give me a bow.
Do any?
I take out one of my daggers. I go. I don't need this one. Yeah. We'll show them the dancing item, and then we'll trade them for the bow.
Sounds foolproof to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If anything goes wrong, I am going to attack them.
Well, if they attack us, we'll attack them. Obviously.
Wait, J-Mitch. Can you talk to them?
No.
How are we going? How are you going to negotiate?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like, I was gonna say I could try and talk to them, but I can't.
I didn't think we were going to
Cora
need
sticks
to
out her tongue like, nah.
Am
No, not that tongue. Not that tongue.
Nicole, you see one of the little troglodytes kind of walk over to a troglodyte over here, and you hear him kind of say,
Make sure feed prisoner need to be plump.
There's a prisoner somewhere.
I think the wife's the
That
prisoner
one just
now.
shouted out.
It seemed to be he talked to a guy over here.
Yeah. Not over there. The other side.
Okay.
Like that little opening over there.
So they got two
Okay.
prisoners?
A lot's going on right now, but this is exciting.
Are we in dim light?
Yes.
Or darkness?
Dim light.
Dim light? Okay.
The whole place
Does
is kind of
anybody-
lit by like luminescent mushrooms.
Okay,
Is it-
so,
Does anybody just have
Are
like
you
a
gonna
bow?
turn into a bat?
I'm gonna turn into a bat, and I'm gonna fly over here, because I can have 40 feet of flight.
You just go.
I'm just gonna try
Can you
to.
cast Shield of Faith on her just so that she doesn't get shot?
She looks like a troglodyte right now.
I'm
There's like a
but I'm
troglodyte
also
turned to
trying
a
to
bat.
pass without trace. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
but
kind of
I'm.
stealth over there.
You can't stealth on okay. Think of this as if this is Baldur's Gate. You can stealth when you're not in view of anything, but if you're landing in the middle of them,
Dive
That's
bomb. How
not
tall is this?
what the spell says, Scarlet.
How tall is this cavern?
it's
Can
not
she dive bomb
invisibility.
from?
You're not invisible. It's a stealth. This is 15. This is like a 10-foot difference down. Okay, I'll say this. All of these guys are facing this direction. So if you land like right here and scurry up the side, you can blend in.
I'm doing it.
Yes, I could cast greater invisibility on her.
Well, you just land and crash on top of one of the troglodytes. He's knocked unconscious, and now you sit up and you are that troglodyte.
I am them. Okay.
Okay.
So
Lucius is going.
Perfect.
Lucius gonna hand J. Mitch his longbow +1.
That's
He's
still
really confused.
It can't be magical.
Never mind.
I just take my scimitar. It's fine.
Okay. I
Or is
take
trying
the
to emulate
scimitar.
their movements.
I take the scimitar and I start walking up to whoever is holding the bow. It's like over here, right? It's like one of these guys.
It's-
Oh my god. all the way
Okay,
across.
you will have to march your ass across an entire army line. Do you see them? They look at the map.
Hold
Yeah, I
on.
know. I
hold
see
on.
them. I was just assuming that if I hold up a scimitar that's wiggling, they would like let me through to the like if I'm pointing at the bow.
You know, they're more than likely going to all attack you to try and get the magical weapon.
Yeah, you're right.
So go ahead and do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're right.
Or we could just fireball all of them. That's fine too.
Who has fireball here?
I do.
James had a neck of it.
How?
as well.
No, I don't have fireball anymore. But I do.
Not since the incident.
Not since the
I mean, I could make them turn on each other, but that would be a bit much, I think.
Cora, you notice that what the fuck is his name? The general. I'm just gonna do it like that. The general points at the wifey and barks some commands, and these two troglodytes kind of drag and shove her down this little 6-foot little cliff, and she rolls like, and they move her up all the way up, and the general grabs her by the wrist, and she's like, nah, 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 and he goes, ah! And he like is poking her with his little dagger. They're just screaming at each other, throwing poop across the way. It's getting louder, and the tensions. All the troglodytes around you are like fist bump in the air, like they're cheering on whatever madness is about to happen. One of them kind of looks at you like, "Are you gonna shove fist bump with him?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's totally like she's playing the part like flawlessly. She's like, absolutely yes.
Just slightly delayed.
Yeah.
That's what they're
She's
doing.
looking around like
Everyone is doing this, and you're like,
Yeah. Okay.
You're on the offbeat. Got it.
Here's what I want to do now, since wifey went away and now my plan is ruined. I'm going to actually switch teams. Now I'm going to disguise myself again now as the other color as I fly. Yeah, like woo, woo. And then she's going to duck out of sight, and she's going to move over here. And now she's just flying around. She's like a stealth solo mission. She just wants to. She's going to try to steal this bow.
"Okay, you are now a dark green troglodyte." As you approach,
And she's like, the other guys are maybe like outraged at the other guys, so she's like, yeah.
yeah. So you changed from this to
Yeah.
as you notice that there is right up. Here, let me change this so everyone can see. Right in this direction, you notice that there are several dark green troglodytes who are mounted on giant lizards, giant riding lizards. It's like a cavalry in the wings waiting to attack. You see that across from you, this is like a ditch. Let me tell you how deep it is. It's a basin, 10 foot wide, 5 foot deep. It's only 5 foot deep. And as you kind of like, the closer you get to it, the stinkier it is, and you realize that that's kind of like the clan's toilet. Great fertilizer, you that'll produce some really nice lichen in the spring. Anyways, you see that the chieftain has the bow and he's going, ah! These guys are going to start. This is all, the time is moving, so you guys have to, they are starting to approach and kind of wade across this toilet water.
Do we even want to do anything with these guys? Or?
I think
we should go and back up Cora, if nothing else.
Okay, wait.
Absolutely.
So I just fully read the description. I was currently using the cloak as like to glide around. I didn't realize that once per day I can actually use it to polymorph into a bat.
Oh, you can?
So that's actually, once I get over here, I'm going to polymorph into a bat, and I'm going to, my movement speed is 40 feet of flight, so I'm going to attempt to, like, per turn, if you want to do it that way, I'm gonna, like, swoop and, like, try to attempt to grab the bow and fly away.
Okay, I'd say,
since he's literally holding it up over his head.
I would say maybe, like, find a nice spot on the ceiling. In fact, let me see how tall the ceiling is. Whoa, 90 foot high. 90 feet. Okay, so it's pretty high.
It'll take me a little while to get.
You flap up there. Are you gonna just like swoop down and try to grab it? As a bat, how big of a bat are you?
I think I might. Hang on, let me see.
Landshark has played this
It
card.
doesn't take
for
your
a
size, and it's
flap.
probably the same size as she
You have 10 more feet. You have fast feather on you.
Thank you.
Land shark.
Flap, flap, flap.
Okay. Everyone, you're just watching. You're all just kind of seeing this play out. These guys are wading across, getting ready for combat. These guys are going to move up.
I think we should move closer to try and help her if we need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow that lead.
I just imagine Cora dropping down, saying, "Hello there, General Kenobi."
She's pretending to be a bat. Bat's on top. And they wouldn't understand her anyway. She's gonna be like, scream.
Okay, so are you dropping down and trying to grab it?
Yep.
Okay.
I will deplete our inspiration pool to attain this bonus.
Okay.
So,
I
23 rolls.
I would like to do something as well. As she's
You are
swooping
tiny.
down
I
to grab
don't
the
know
bow.
if you are strong enough to actually grab this bow. You are gonna.
Am I tiny?
You are tiny. I just pulled up the stat block of a bat.
Of a bat.
Is it a bat or a giant bat?
It's a bat.
Form of a bat.
Does it have any other stats?
Retain your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores.
Okay, good, because intelligence is 2. Your strength is 2. But it'll be cute, and you could unpolymorph if you want to, but you are...
I have a question.
Yes.
Is the bat strong enough to pick up the bow if she can grab it?
No, but
Not at all?
she can get there. That's something. These are troglodytes. You've fought troglodytes before.
Have we?
So I was going to use Hold Monster on it. And
You don't have to use Hold
incapacitates.
Monster. You could use Hold Person, because it is a humanoid.
Oh, okay. I mean, I can use that,
Okay.
but it would, if it failed, it wouldn't be able to save against something.
True.
And Lucius would like to shoot this
Kill 'em
guy. If the bow is able to be picked up by Cora, he's gonna snipe this guy over here.
I am trying to decide if... Okay, Cora, you can get the bow. You can't fly with the bow, but you could drag it across the dirt if you remain a bat.
As soon
somewhat
as
this.
Okay, hold on. As soon as it's shown that she has it, but can't like fly with it, I want to Can I polymorph her into a wyvern?
You cannot affect another polymorphed person.
She would
I
have
can't
to
polymorph another
So,
a
but
polymorph.
what if I depolymorph?
Unpolymorph? Yes, you can.
Can
do that.
you can change me into
What's the range of polymorph?
Is it 30 feet
Or
is it
120?
touch?
It is 60 feet.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
There's that.
Probably have to get a bit closer.
Yeah, so I would probably
Well,
be.
Look, you gave us this background music, and it's just encouraging shenanigans.
I
Okay.
love this so much. I think if you just stand at the edge, so are you cautiously creeping up? They don't really notice you unless you do
Yeah,
something.
I'm stealthy wealthy.
Yeah, Yaslin's trying to move up as well to support Cora. So being stealthy, but
Okay.
so she's gonna dive bomb this guy and try to grab it.
You see him, Snuffle Flap, Collie Monkey, New Bopper, Sneech. Like, just the
Cast full
weird.
person as he's holding it up.
Okay.
sounds like a cross between Sim and the guy from
What's
Indiana
the
Jones and
roll?
the Temple of Doom.
What's
Is
the
a
roll?
DC 18. Let me grab hold person.
This is an
It's a
encounter
wisdom
of our
save.
time.
The DC 18 wisdom save.
He goes, "Ah!" And then this little bat, she's twirling like a torpedo, knocks it out of his hand. It crashes against. All of the troglodytes are like, huh? They think he just dropped it because this is a little bat. Not noticeable. Cora skids on the ground, quickly transforms into Cora while she's on the ground, only to be transformed into a giant wyvern.
Yeah.
To grab the bow in her mouth. All of the troglodytes go, and immediately everyone just scatter. They all go screaming, all of them, running into the little corners and cracks and crevices, completely out of sight, except for the chieftain, who is, or not the chieftain, the general, who is like scratching his head, like, huh? So all of these troglodytes are all gone. The chieftain is looking around and he points at the wyvern, and Nicole, you understand him to be screaming, "That's mine! Get him!" and turn around, and he sees none of his troglodyte friends, but he sees you guys just standing there, like,
Hi.
Hi.
fuck this. And he just shoves the wifey down into the pit and just goes like scurrying off into the corners. And you just hear Hoort, that's wifey's name, Hoort.
Is she like, how far down is this pit? It's not
5,
that far,
and
right?
it's a slope. It's like 5 feet. And she just goes tumbling
Okay.
down, and she's
Come on.
pops up, and she goes, ah! And then she sees the wyvern. Cora, where are you taking this bow?
I'm taking it back to the party.
As you do that, you notice.
Running.
You actually notice that right around here is a continuation of the Purple Worm tunnel and the way out.
Cool. So she's gonna. Is everyone afraid of her?
All
are
of the
people on this
troglodytes,
side
yeah,
afraid?
they see and they all start scurrying and hiding in this. They're trembling in their little cave.
Okay, so she's gonna run towards the party, and like as they're running away from her, she's gonna try to like be intimidating, like rah, like chase them away. And then Cora can't speak, I guess, as this wyvern.
No, you can only
Roar.
do wyvern things.
Okay, so she's
Yeah.
gonna like kind of nod her head
Awkwardly try and point.
Yeah, to over here where the exit is, and then she's gonna start to go in that direction, and then like look behind to see if they're coming.
Yeah, we'll
I
follow.
think she wants us to go that way, yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's get out of here, guys!
We're gonna ignore the fact that there was a prisoner somewhere else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's not our
We got our
fight.
bow. That's all we need.
That's all we wanted.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, hey, look,
Let's
Jesus.
Alright.
see.
It looks like James dead.
Why?
James is actually gonna turn around at this point and be like, Why are you talking shit about my dad?
I'm not. I'm saying the prisoner over there looks like you're dead.
You don't see the prisoner.
Yeah,
that
that's-
is a 10-foot pit.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's definitely still talking shit. Like, you understand that I understand insults really well, right?
He's a bard.
He does.
I was just saying it looks the same. It looks the same. That's
Yeah.
all. Wasn't talking derogatively. You would know if I
Yeah.
was.
Well, I do know.
Let's just go.
All right. Well, that was a fun encounter.
Charlotte said, let's take a break on the combat. And Elephant said,
We were like,
okay.
Let me give you your shiny new oath bow.
See Lucius just kind of look really sad and sullen that he didn't get to kill anybody. Just kind of mopey in the back.
As soon as we're clear of like any danger, I turn
Yeah.
Cora back.
Yeah, you make it through the tunnels. That was fun. You may have just saved that tribe from, I guess, destroying itself in a civil war because you removed the thing. You also,
that was our plan all along.
dude, every single room in this map has a keyed encounter. It's okay.
Nah.
Excellent.
We decided to go back and have a look in the other rooms.
Nope, it's okay. It's okay. Cool. And with that, you leave the troglodyte lair behind you. Cora, you are looking at this beautiful bow. It is elven make. It has oath bow carved right into it, just in case nobody knew what it did. And you are happily able to sling it over your shoulder. And yeah, you know that you're all close to the nursery. Maybe one more night. You sit, make one more foraging check.
Am I still at disadvantage?
Yes. You did not get to shed blood. All right, Cora. Lucius.
Devastating.
Cora, you are able to find a patch of water orb fungus and some other edible fungus, which I forget the names of, and you're able to bring it back for Jamich to prepare for all.
I'll prepare it all, and then as I'm giving the food to Yoslin, I'll just be like, you can say whatever you want about me, but I'm talking about my dad like that. And just keeps walking.
All right. I think this is where we will end for tonight, as you are right on the precipice of the Purple Worm Nursery. So we will pick this up next week, and we'll see how many more combat encounters you can avoid. Woohoo!
Is that, I just want to make sure I'm fine to end here with daylight savings. Did you know that we had like an hour left?
Yeah, so the reason we had to push it early is because now I am an hour
is it
later.
7:30?
Right now it's after 8 o'clock for me.
No, but I mean, I thought we were doing 4:30 to 8:30.
Oh.
Is it 4:30 to 7:30?
I can't remember what we discussed. Here's the thing.
I'm fine with
I
that.
planned for this encounter to take 5 times longer.
Give me it. Bye.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, if we are starting at 4:30, and we get to it quick enough and we have our one little break halfway through, I think that we can get through enough, we can get through stuff and at least maybe have like the end be a little more wiggle roomy. So if we have to extend it a little bit to finish things up, I think it gives us a little bit more breathing room so that we're not ending in awkward times. So does that work for everybody for now?
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Totally fun.
Cool. Yeah. Because I did do a stream till 9 o'clock last Saturday and I was falling asleep at the end of it. So unfortunately, with that being said, how about we do some golden buzzers? And let's do it a little bit differently this time. When I call on you to give your golden buzzer, first say who you are and where people can find you, and then give your golden buzzer. Starting with Kurutsu.
I'm Kuretsu, and I play Nicole, and I'm here and there on Twitch. And if you're interested in pet pictures, I'm on Instagram. And I would like to give mine to Lucius for the inadvertent but also very apt while he's eating. I'm a hunter, that's what hunters do.
That was so funny. That was so great. Oh man. Okay. Excellent. JTC, who are you? Where can they find you? And who are you giving your golden buzzer to?
Whoa, hey, I'm JTC. You can find me on twitch.tv/JTC Live as well as youtube.com/JTC Live doing things online. I'm going to give my golden buzzer to... Oh my god. Honorable mention to Jamich for the polymorph because that was brilliant. But I gotta give mine to also Lucius because of that hilarious comment, but also I like seeing this bloodthirsty arc and how it's transforming and how it's unfolding.
You can also find him at jtclive.com/YouTube.
That's
I can't
right.
believe someone actually bought a domain for that. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
That's so funny.
We
Excellent.
love that for you.
Also, guys, if you felt like I was rushing you in the RP, it was only because I thought we had a huge encounter and I didn't want to. I noticed that all of the encounters were, "Hey, Lucius, what's up, man?" And I didn't want to burn that out in one session, so I wanted to kind of keep it like let that play out. Okay. Buff Levin, who are you? Where can they find you? And who are you giving your golden buzzer to?
I'm known as Buff Lovin here on Twitch, but you can find me at Austin Pets Alive as a dog behavior trainer in real life. And if you guys would care to give donations over to that place or there, it'd be really appreciated because there's a lot of cute furry animals we have that are available for fostering and adopting, and we need supplies for them. So that's where my shout-out's going to go. As far as golden buzzers are concerned, Cora's heist was amazing and deserves credit. So I will give credit to that.
Excellent.
But honorable mention to Yaslin for hating on Jamich. Yeah, for bullying the fuck out of Jamich because it's always so much fun.
I'm a Cancer.
The comment about his dad was me actually saying that I think it looks like the same icon.
Okay, but
oh really?
You can see why it
I didn't
sounded
even
that
understand
way.
that.
Okay.
No, yeah, I did. No, I love it. I love the Jamich would definitely misinterpret that no matter what, though. So that's so funny.
All right, Poof. Who are you? Where can they find you? And who are you giving your golden buzzer to?
I'm Poof the Magician. I play Lucius here on Uda. You can find me here on Twitch, though I haven't streamed in a long time, or modding for either Scarlet or any other streamers that I mod for. Committed to make. But my golden buzzer is for JTC, just because every session you manage to have like this really like smooth conversation where you're either like encouraging or comforting or anything like that, and I really like the interaction between you and Elizabeth.
That's so sweet. Okay, Pradix, who are you? Where can they find you? And who are you giving your golden buzzer to?
Well, I'm Products. You can find me on Twitch mainly at Products Gamer AU. I play a whole lot of different games. It's so hard to pick between Lucius and Elephant and Cora today because it's just. I think I'll give it to Cora, but that's because of both the discovery of the bloodlust and the heist. Whereas, Proof did a lot as well, but so, yeah, I just need to say that.
Wonderful.
A lot of good stuff.
Elephant, who are you? Where can they find you? And who are you giving your golden buzzer to?
Hello, I am Ellie. I play games on the internet. You can find me here at twitch.tv/Elephane. Mostly these days, I haven't really been streaming on my channel because unfortunately, I haven't really been playing a ton of video games because I have tendonitis in both of my wrists and face. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something that's related to tendonitis, but is also really wholesome and adorable?
Sure.
So when I was a kid, we would play this game called Age of Empires all the time. It's actually pretty popular here on Twitch now, and it's got its own little tournaments going around. But I'd always play with my dad, and it was really cool and nostalgic. And last week I went and visited my dad, and somebody showed him Steam and showed him the new upgraded version of Age of Empires. And he now plays with a wrist guard because he's played over 150 hours of this game so far and has gotten carpal tunnel as well.
Papa Jamage. He's
Wow.
actually he's recovered, but we don't see him much. He's
just playing video games.
Playing Ages.
He's playing Age of Empires.
I will say that I've got a pinched over my neck and all that sort of stuff, and I get a sore hand from playing some games. It's actually why I quit Black Desert Online.
That's
which is the game I met Scarlet through.
Yeah.
Hey, Elephane, who would you like to give your golden buzzer to?
I would like to give my golden buzzer to Poof. I think that, just getting to know this side of Lucius has been good. I thought some of the there's some really good one-liners there in our conversation, and then that iconic line that I hope somebody has clipped that was just so
hint,
perfect.
hint.
Yeah. But
Yay! Congratulations, Poof. You are the winner of our golden buzzer. I have the word over I know you're not going to be here much, but you will get to hang on to that. So I put over your frame a little golden buzzer text. It's a placeholder. I'm going to make a pretty little icon, like a golden dice, to
did
indicate.
get to go?
Yeah, Kurtzu was the first person.
First.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, you all are what? And chat, I will be doing that sticker giveaway as soon as we do our send off. Thank you, everybody. If you haven't given me an address to send you your present, please message me, and I will take care of that. I hope you all had a good time, and I will see most of you next week. Yes.
I just want to say, I'll ask you in DM actually, don't I?
Okay. Take care, everyone. Bye. Okay, before we